Awesome to have you all here on this beautiful Thursday. And it's just so exciting to see everybody's names again and heartbreaking for the names I'm not seeing. So we need to get back to everybody that's ever been with us on this platform and on this journey and just give them a reminder. The Hive as it is now is just delicious. Absolutely, truly delicious. It's beautiful. It's awesome to look at. It's moving beautifully. And now we nearly just need to get some real fire behind it and get all of our friends and family and acquaintances and new people in. And remind everybody to please take a wave position. So there are a lot of people that are in and waiting, but remember that movement's going to come from wave positions being taken. So please remind everybody, if they want to see action, they've got to take action. It doesn't just happen by itself. We're a community. We've got to put in the effort. We've got to put in the time. Weekends coming up. So it's a perfect time to really, really reach out to everybody. And you know what? It's not $100 anymore. It's $35. It's a lot if you don't have it, but there are a lot of people that do. And there's a lot of people that can sponsor other people and just help and support, and let's get these B waves going again. Oh, yeah, people still falling in. That's awesome. Welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. And right, so while we're going through this beautiful, beautiful new presentation that Jacques made for us, I just had a little peek at it. My word, what a lot of effort and time has been put into that. So just know that he has put in major work, major effort, major time. I am so impressed with what he's done. Without the kind of devs that we've all had to have before, it's truly, truly remarkable. And the way that the Hive is working and the way that it's put together, we need to have fresh eyes, guys. We need to look at it and view it in a completely different manner to anything that we've done before because it's not the same. And we need to let everybody else know. Let them know this is different. It works differently. It moves differently. It views differently. And just get them motivated and get them invited and get them on a Zoom call. And let's get this hive really, really flourishing the way that we know that it can. So, Jacques, your mute is still on. There we go. Thank you very much. Looking really, really forward to looking at these new forms that you've created for us, new presentation in great detail. Guys, you need your glasses because you need to really focus on them. They're super pretty. And then you need to go back and watch the recording to now really absorb. Okay.
Thanks a lot,
Thanks,
Tracy,
Jay.
and guys, thank you for joining us tonight, and welcome to the Hive STOKVEL presentation. What Tracy said is true. This program is really different, and I've never ever seen a program where the matrix is self-healing. Now, as far as blockages are concerned, we've always had blockages. Doesn't matter which gifting program I've made and built and everything. We've always found places and everything where there was bottlenecks and there wasn't really a way forward for quite a few people. And if they didn't build, they were building on their own. So they were stuck indefinitely. With the Hive STOKVEL, the way that it's come together is really something else. I'm really quite chuffed with the direction that it took by building and especially working with AI. It just brings a whole different value to the development and to the planning, because I mean, you've got everything on tap. You've got everything on tap, and you can really discuss things and find the best way forward. Now, when I designed this, I made sure my whole focus was on no blocks, and those people. I mean, you don't get everybody that's a recruiter that can recruit, and as fast as other people. I mean, everybody can invite. I mean, that's a fact. But the thing is, you know what? People are also busy at some times in their lives. I mean, it's all about the season you're in. Some people are just busy with their lives, and they just don't get the time. Other people have got free time and they can invite more. But the way that this program is put together, and which I'm going to explain to you guys now, especially with the new slight development from Beeline Waves, the Euro B, which I'm calling the Euro B, that it can be somebody's euro. So I see Cecile, when you put that on the group. Well, we need a couple of euros, and on our side, please come this way. You know, so that is exactly what's going to happen when we talk about tonight. When we talk about the how the Beeline Waves helps and heals the gaps and fills in the gaps in between, and how any bottleneck will just self-heal itself. So I'm going to explain to you guys exactly how that works. But just to say, everything coming together, the flow B, the Beeline Waves, the Hive positions, the way that everything works, nobody builds alone, and that is something in a peer-to-peer program that we all have been looking for, and that's what I want to. That's what I gave to everybody, is a program where you don't have to worry about just being on your own island somewhere where you can't move because your team has maybe moved on, or something has happened. So there's a lot of help in this program. You will not be stationary forever. Obviously, if all of us invite, it moves faster. It's up to us how fast we make it move and how slow it moves. It's completely up to us. But the program really has every single thing in it for us to succeed. Okay, so guys, without further ado, let's get this presentation up. The presentation actually came out nicely. I'm sad to say there are a few tiny little thingies, whatever, that I need to fix, but it takes quite a while to fix them, especially with AI. So I will point those out on the presentation. But that I caught when I went through the presentation just before 8, I picked up one or two little things. But let's quickly get this started. Okay, guys, isn't that a beautiful, beautiful page? I mean, and that just explains everything that the Hive STOKVEL is. You know, if we all work like bees work in a beehive, we will succeed. I mean, if they can make honey, we can. So, you know, if we all hold hands, I mean, if you see this, everybody holding hands, and that's what a peer-to-peer program is. Remember, no money gets paid to the platform. The $15 admin that everybody does pay is to keep the Hive alive, and little developments being done. Because it does cost credits, you know, every time I work with a developer, every time something changes or somebody has an issue, I actually pay to actually fix that issue if there's a bug or a glitch or something. So, and that's ongoing. So that money does go to look after the program and to make it work for you. Okay, so guys, the Hive STOKVEL, like I said, was created for you and for all of us, for me as well. I'm also just a member within the platform. People have been asking me and I think we need to talk about what is a pyramid scheme and Ponzi scheme and all of that. These are very fun, and people have also asked me, why didn't I automate the program? Now, when you automate a program, there is a legality, because then you got to pay money to the platform. So that means that means money is held by the platform, and that is what we cannot have. Ubuntu is very old. It's a very old system that was created by our natives in Africa, and that is the way that they got by helping each other, and that is why I rise because we rise. So that is where that saying comes from, and this is exactly why a peer-to-peer program is we help each other. We help each other, and that is why the gifts flow peer-to-peer. 100% of the gift goes to you, to me, to everybody else, and we just carry on paying each other. So the Hive STOKVEL is really just a management program. Now remember, when we talk about a pyramid scheme, and this is very important because I've got to answer this on a daily basis. Now, a lot of programs, they are pyramid schemes because the person stays on the top and always earns more than anybody, than everybody else. We're with the Hive STOKVEL. Remember, we cycle. We go to level 4, and then we cycle back to 0. So that means that somebody below you is then on level 4 receiving, and I'm then pushing from the bottom. I mean, let's just say that if I've cycled, I'm back at the bottom again. So although the matrix is 2 by 2, and wherever you sit in the matrix, that is just who is whose upline and who's downline, and it's a strict follow me system. Now when you get to level 4 and you've received all your donations, that person then goes, or that position then goes to the bottom and starts at 0 again. Now in a pyramid scheme, you do not ever cycle. You stay at the top, and that is what makes things illegal, because the top person stays at the top and always gets more than the person below them, and that is not how the Hive STOKVEL works. So remember, cycling all the time, meaning then you're at the top, then you're at the bottom, then you're at the top, then you're at the bottom. So and you just keep on cycling. But what's nice about this program is, on your dashboard, you don't have to open more accounts because you want more positions. You can have as many positions as you want in one dashboard. Now that makes managing a lot easier, especially with the Hive Guide. That you can open beeline wave positions, you can open BuzzBees, you can add them wherever you want. You also don't build in your own line, just in your own line. You help each other out by your beeline waves position will land under a different line, not just under your one position. So you will have positions all over the Hive. And remember, some lines will start moving fast, and then you are receiving from something that you're not even a part of, even though you're not a part of that team, and they will be receiving from you again where you are building. So we're all sharing and we're all helping, and that's the beautiful way that the Hive has come together, that nobody builds alone, and we all help each other by the different various ways of the placement of each and every single flow bee, buzz bee, beeline waves position, your Hive position, and that is all running on one matrix, so in between one another. So there's nothing separating it. There's no new line starting and a new line starting. The beeline waves run on top of the Hive positions and in between it, and the flow bees are pushing teams, and the Hive the beeline waves positions full in between for those people that are struggling. So we're all helping each other in such a beautiful way, and that's Ubuntu. That is what Ubuntu is we, as I rise because we rise, and that is exactly what this program just has become, and so beautiful. Guys, welcome to this presentation. We had to build, not just to build something that's going to be here tomorrow and gone the next day. It's going to be here for a long time. This is not a sprint, it's a marathon. this is not a get rich quick scheme. We are not going to just get in here and get rich. It is something that we build together. And trust me, when those level 4 when you've stayed active, and those level 4 $400 start coming in, it really does change lives. So everything that you do changes somebody else's life. Let's go to the solution. What solution does the Hive STOKVEL bring? And I've got to say, guys, this is the first time that I'm doing this presentation. So if I'm a little bit sticky, it will start flowing better. But there's a lot of things to explain. So I hope all makes sense to you guys. Okay, so the Hive STOKVEL solution, we've got beeline waves that fills in between. We've got the hive positions that moves down within a team. So you've got a team build, you've got a community build within one matrix. There's an AI Hive guide. So this is really AI supported completely. So you are never left alone, not knowing what to do. Your actions are come into your dashboard. Your Hive guide tells you exactly what they are and for what position that they are. So you can have 50 positions, and it's very easily manageable with the AI Hive guide. I'm going to talk about the Euro bee. The Euro bee is not an extra bee that we can create. It's actually part of the beeline waves that unblocks a bottleneck. If a bottleneck is starting to occur because a person maybe has one person and that team has started growing, and that person doesn't have a second downline to move up and level up. The Euro bee is going to come in and land right there so that you can start moving up and move through your levels. The flow bee is really something. This is how we give back to the program. So this happens every single time we reach level 2 and receive our third donation. Every cycle, every position, every cycle, it creates another flow bee, and that goes in your team, in your subtree, and that helps your team move. The buzz bee is the bridge between the beeline waves and the hive position. So you click the buzz bee, and you choose to start a beeline waves position to help the hive, or to start a hive position and to help your team. So that's your choice. It's your choice where you want to build. So really, it's something that's not on here that I'd like to just touch on. We've got a Hive chat now. I'm not sure if you guys know, but the Hive chat has got a very, very, very funky functionality in there, and that's translation. For any of you that didn't know, if you speak, if somebody from Sweden speaks Swedish to me in the chat, and I actually read it in my whatever I've set my app to. So if you've chosen your language when you joined, it's always going to read it back to you in your language. So the Hive chat is something we really should start using, because because we're a global team, we can actually speak our native language, and you will see it in your language. So if somebody from type Spanish, I'll read it in English, and if I type English, they'll read it in Spanish. So the Hive chat is actually quite a nice little tool to use. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have gone through your dashboards, but your dashboard is filled with little ways to help you to also invite. There's a marketing page where you can go through, and there's already set little marketing snippets over there that you can send out to with a little share button, and then it adds your link. So all you have to do is just press on it. You don't even have to write it. You press on it, you press on the share icon, and it adds your link to the message and sends it to whoever in your contact list. So please try and use that. There's also an education page. try and go through the education page if you guys get stuck. There's also an AI guide. You guys can ask the AI guide anything. I'm sure about 95% of the questions will be answered. So that also makes it quite easy to educate. Now, this little man that you see over here, that's our Yerobee, just by the way. So you guys will see him a little bit later on again. Okay, next slide. So we've got a lot of solutions over here. But guys, I really want to hammer tonight on, and that is what I built this presentation for, is your journey, because everybody wants to know what happens when I join. What happens when I join? What am I going to be doing? And that is what I want to chat about. Now, first of all, you register. You complete your profile, you log in, you choose your position, whether it's a Hive position or a Beeline position. You don't have to have a Hive position. You can start with a Beeline Waves position. You never ever have to have a Hive position. You can have both. You can have either or. It's completely up to you. So if you want to do the community build with Beeline Waves, that's what you want to do, and that's the only thing you want to do. You can really just activate your position, and Beeline Waves is not a you cannot recruit for it. You cannot recruit people underneath it. You can't build under those positions. So if you're building Beeline Waves is going to it's going to go from top to bottom, left to right, throughout the entire matrix, filling up the gaps from top to bottom. So we've got a healthy matrix. And then when it gets to the next line, people are going to start filling up beneath you. And then when the next wave comes, remember in the Hive STOKVEL, we've got unlimited waves. So every time that your position reaches a level 2, the fourth gift that you get on the Beeline Waves position, your second wave begins. And then when your second wave gets to level 2, and you get your fourth donation, then it creates your third wave, and so on. And then when your first one completely cycles through and starts from the bottom again, and it gets to, so every time any position on the Beeline Waves gets to the fourth position, receives its fourth gift, it starts another wave position, and so it will go on and on. And remember, if it's like that for everybody, you guys can just imagine the movement that we'll all experience if we all invite and everybody goes and gets everybody activates a Beeline Wave position, it can become extremely powerful, really extremely powerful. So but I've got a slide for that. That's going to, I think I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but your journey starts: register, complete profile, log in, choose your position. All positions start at level 0. I just quickly want to touch on the level 0 positions. The system also doesn't allow positions just to stick there below you. If they activate, because remember, to join is free. Once you get there on level 0, you go into the matrix. Once you're in the matrix and your timer runs out, you only get one chance. If your 24-hour timer runs out, the system scrubs it completely from below you, and that position opens up again for somebody else to land there. So that happens automatically, which is quite nice, because you do get people just creating positions, and they never ever donate the $35 to their upline, and then they just sit there. So, and that creates blocks. So the system actually cleans them out completely at level 0. So, but this only happens at level 0 accounts. If a position is at level 1 or higher, and they do suspend, then that means that the upline receives that person's gifts from the people below it. So so that is a way for us to receive more than because there's a standard cap, which is 2 on level 1, which we receive 2 on level 1, 4 on level 2, 8 on level 8 on level 3, and 16 at level 4. But there's also an overcap. Now what happens is, that's where the suspended positions come in. When somebody suspends below you, you then receive their 2 below them, and their team, you receive whatever was supposed to go to that position goes past them, and you receive it. So that means that you can get a maximum of 2 on level 1, 8 on level 2, 16 donations on level 3. So that means 16 100s on level 3, and 32 400s on level 4. So the longer you stay active in this, guys, please admit, Tracy and Wayne. So the more,
Yes, I've got
the
it.
longer we stay, the longer we stay active in this program, the more people below us are going to suspend, and they're actually not going to carry on. And that's a plus for you, because when somebody doesn't carry on, you receive what they were supposed to receive, and it comes to you. I mean, let's quickly go over that again. Normally you receive 2, 4, 8, 16. And there's an overcap where you receive 2, 8, 16, 32. And that's over $14,000. I mean, guys, what would you do with $14,000? I mean, so the least that you can earn is sorry, I've forgotten the exact figure now. Is about $7,000, between $7,000 and just over $14,000. I mean, your minimum is about $7,000, and then your maximum is just over $14,000. That's a lot of money, guys, for one position in one cycle. Now, if you've got a whole lot of different positions, and this is why I want to tell you guys, take more positions. Don't just work with one. Have Busby's in different lines and different places in the matrix, because you might have a strong team that climbs in that joins from the front of the site, and they put in 500, a team of 500 people. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen, and if your position is there, you're going to be pushed up all the way through and cycle. So the longer we are active and people suspend below us, we receive more because you're active. So it really rewards the active bees in the system, and the more places that you are within the matrix. Remember, you're building your one team. You choose one position with your team that you build, and then you create as you move up and you've got extra, you just create more beeline waves positions and just keep on running them. So it really just, the longer you stay active, the more you're going to receive, the more you're going to move up. All positions are going to move up, and we just really have to get busy with this program. It's really something else. It's really very powerful. So let's go to the next slide. There we go. Okay, so understanding your position. Now, what I mean by a cycle, we start at level 0. Obviously, it's free to join. You start at level 0. You donate your $35, and then you are in. Then your journey starts. Okay, so you receive 2 35s, which is 70, and then you pay your $15 admin fee, which is for the program, like I explained, and you move to level 2. Once you receive two 250s. Now this is very important. I'm going to explain this to you guys in another slide as well. But just to quickly warm you guys up with this idea, the timers are set to level you up when you receive two $50 donations. When you receive two $50 donations, it already puts you on level 3. That means that you will still be getting your other minimum of 2. Remember, you get a minimum of 4. You can receive 8. You can receive on level 3. You can receive 16, up to 16. You can receive up to 32, depending on suspended positions. But when we move up and the timer starts, your timer starts when you've received 2. When you receive two donations, you've got $100. You've got enough for $100. So we upgrade first, and then we profit from whatever is left. The Flowbee, also the third position, every third 50 that you get in, your Flowbee is going to start, and that is what you give back to your team, helping you get there. You giving them a Flowbee at the bottom and an extra position for you. I mean, remember, extra positions, cycles, and every position is worth a minimum, like I said, of about about 7,000. Sorry that I've forgotten exactly the thing. It's just gone completely out of my mind. But every position cycles, and every position is worth its own, has its own worth. From level 2, you go to level 3. Also, at level 3, once you receive 4, immediately your timer will start, and you'll go to level. You will be told to go to upgrade to level 4. So you've received 4, and then while you're on level 4, you've already been confirmed there. You will still receive your other 4, that is your other 400s, which is another 4, which goes into your pocket. Now this is a time when you receive those other 4, which you decide, maybe let's start another beeline waves position. Let's put another Busby. Let's see who needs help and maybe place, because you can also place a Busby wherever you want to in the entire matrix. So if you're going to the tree, you can also see where you want to place Busbies. But when you start getting to level 3, and once you start receiving those, that is the time when you start really opening up your positions all over the place and giving yourself that chance to move, because the more positions you have, the more chance you have of receiving. And that's the way that I see it. I hope you guys see it exactly the same way, that the more positions you have all over the matrix, not just your own build, you will also get from the beeline waves or somebody else placing Busbies, and that team may be moving, or a big team joining, or something and everything. So give yourself every chance by taking as many positions as you can, because it's simple. You run it from one dashboard, and the Hive guide is going to tell you there's an action. You click on the action, you complete the action, you click donation sent. It's that easy. So this is one of the mistakes over there. So if you guys have read that, you can only have one position at a time. I didn't see that. The AI put that there by itself. So that is not true. You can have as many positions as you want at any time. You can either take it out of your pocket, or you only have to ever put $35 in and work that $35 from there and go into the cycle, and then open other positions with what you receive. You do not have to take any more than $35 out of your pocket. Now, I don't know about you guys. $35 is really not a lot. I mean, you order Kentucky. We ordered Kentucky about a week ago, and it was just over 600 Rand for a family of 4. I mean, that's Kentucky. I mean, really, that's nice and everything. But if I had to choose between Kentucky and putting $35 as an opportunity for me, and for me to receive, and I mean, how many Kentuckys can I buy really? I mean, after putting that 35 in, it's just a mindset thing. Everybody might feel differently about it, but 35 really isn't a lot that you pay, because it's once off. You only ever take $35 out of your pocket one time. You never have to do it again. It's up to you if you really want to start strong, and you want to maybe say, listen, I'm putting $100 into this thing. I'm taking 3 positions. Like when I start, I'm taking the Hive position, I'm taking a beeline wave position, or 2 beeline wave positions, and that's the way I want to start. So that's completely up to you guys, or put a Busby somewhere, but that's completely up to you guys, the way that you want to run it. But you only ever have to take $35, and once you're in, nobody can take you out. You just have to complete your actions when they come. And remember, there's a notification sent to you in your dashboard on top. You'll see a little bell there. There's a notification there. So when you log in, always go and check your notifications, and always check your emails. The system sends you an email when any action appears. When you get confirmed, it tells you everything. I mean, I know that a lot of you have already received the emails. So the site really, the platform really talks to us and really keeps us informed. And like I said, there's 2 ways. There's the notification plus these emails that's getting sent to you. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now, this one is a very busy slide, so I want you guys really to focus over here, because this is your progression. This is the progression slide. And although it looks very busy, I just had to put everything there so that you guys can understand exactly how you progress in your journey. Now, remember, we said you join for free. You join for free. You start your account and everything. It doesn't cost you anything to start your account. You're already in the matrix, but you get 24 hours to either donate your $35, or the system will scrub you, and you'll have to rejoin again. So you can use the same details again. You can use the same phone number over and over again. You can use the same email over and over again. There's no cap on that. So you don't have to worry about if you want different, if you maybe want to run a position or account for family members. You can do it all with one phone number and one email address. Okay, so you join. Once you are in from 0 to 1, you need to donate the $35 to your upline. That's remember, it's a donation. Sorry, there's still more people joining. It's an unconditional donation. Remember, in Ubuntu, we're not giving $35 because we're expecting. You're not investing it. This is Ubuntu. This is gifting. This is where we give to each other. You give that $35 to somebody else, not because you want to receive, but because you want to give with an open hand. And when we give with an open hand, I always say, your hand is open to receive. And you can never ever give with a closed hand. And that is when I hear on the groups that people say, "Oh, I wasted my money and I invested my money in this program." You didn't invest $35 in this program. You invested it in a human being. You paid it to somebody else. You paid it to a community member. You did not invest anything in this program. So guys, please, it does sort of get to me when I hear people talking about investment. This is not a crypto program. It is not. It's peer-to-peer. It's 100% between everybody else. I mean, like I said, the thing is, the $35 you're investing in somebody else, or if you want to call it an investment, it's not really an investment. You are just giving it to somebody else, and you're making their life better. And that is something really special, and that is what Ubuntu is all about. So let's just get that it's not an investment. So you give it unconditionally, and you just go through and you invite, and you play the game. You play the game. Remember, this program, the Hive STOKVEL, is just a management system. It just manages everybody who needs to do what, and it doesn't tell you have to. You can suspend your position if you want to. So remember, it's an unconditional gift, and that's also what makes what the legality is about it. You don't have to do it. You do it because you want to, and you give 100% of that $35 to somebody else, and then you start your journey. Okay, so sorry I hammered on that a little bit, but the thing is, I do get a lot of messages, and a lot of it is to do with things like that, and yeah, it's a little bit enough now. So you give your $35, you start. You get a 24-hour timer. When you're on level 0, you get your 24-hour timer. Within that 24 hours, you need to do your action. I think 24 hours is enough. There is a time delay. We started it off on 12 hours, which is a little bit fast. So we did it on 24 hours. So that's enough time for somebody to send their donation. And remember, all you have to do is, when you join, you send your donation immediately, and you click donation sent. Immediately your timer falls away, and the receiver then gets a new timer of 24 hours. Your timer then stops. You've already donated. You've clicked donation sent, and the receiver then gets a 24 hours then to receive. So that's 48 hours altogether to get the transaction done, which is more than enough time. Once you are confirmed, you are then eligible to receive 2. Nobody can join you. When you join and you are level 0, the program will not allow you to put anybody below you until you have donated your $35 and you're in. This is just to look after and to keep the matrix healthy, that we get people that's actually want to be here, and they want to give. So let's just move that to the other side. So the minimum actually not that shouldn't be there either. You receive 2. You can only receive 2 on level 1. Then the admin fee is next. The admin fee, once you've received your two, now you've got $70. So you've given 35, now you've got $70. $15 goes to the admin fee towards the program, and so after you've paid your admin fee, you get 48 hours to complete your admin fee. 48 hours. Queen B, it goes straight to Queen B, the action. Queen B gets no timer. Obviously, that's just something put in play. I mean, when we thousands of people, which we are going to be, because we're going to build this program with the little bit that we have now, we're going to build this. We're going all the way. So Queen B has no timer, and Angelique's pretty. She's pretty fast. I don't think anybody's ever waited for her. So she's pretty quick. And she'll be confirming. My wife Angelique is the Queen Bee, so she confirms you and makes sure that you guys move forward. Once you are confirmed, you immediately, your next action opens up. Your 48-hour timer will start, where you have to then take from the 70, you take 50, and then you send that to your upline, upline's upline. The program, you don't have to worry about who you're going to send it to. Your Hive guide is going to tell you, and there's going to be an action. You just follow the actions. The system will manage it for you. You click on the action. You see on the action page all the payment details and how to get hold of them, WhatsApp, and then you click donation sent. Once you click donation sent, another timer starts. Sorry, that's also a mistake. I'm picking up a lot of mistakes. Sorry, guys. It's actually a 24-hour timer that starts again for the receiver. The receiver always gets a 24-hour timer, so I will change that. Sorry about that. So you get a 48-hour timer to send your donation and to click donation sent, which is ample time. That's 2 days. And your receiver then gets 24 hours and then confirms it. Sorry, there's a few things that I missed. I've just had so much on my plate and so busy that little things are standing out now when I present, which is not very, very nice. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so you get the 24 hours, and then you receive 2. Once you receive 2, you then go. Then your timer starts. Your timer starts. Sorry, these cameras is in the way. How can I? I've minimized it. Okay, so now that you've received two $50, and remember, you will still receive your other 2. You'll still receive your other 2, but once you received your second $50, once you confirm that second $50 that is coming, you've got $100. And your timer will start again. Your 48-hour timer will start again. Immediately, you take that $100 and you go to level 3. Once you are confirmed, 24-hour. Once you click donation send, 24-hour timer starts. You get confirmed, and then you will receive four $100, which then you will go to level 4. But remember, you always still receive a minimum of 4. Now the one thing in here that I just quickly want to just talk about is, once you receive those 2, remember your third one opens a Flowbee. So immediately as you confirm your third gift, your third donation, the system will automatically open a Flowbee and put it in your team and your subtree of that position. So if you've got a position, no matter what position it is, it will open a Flowbee and place it top to bottom, left to right, below that specific position that created it. So if you've got 10 positions all over the matrix, no matter where they are, if a Flowbee needs to be created every cycle, when any position receives its third, it gives back. Now this alleviates the pressure of just putting new people in all the time, because we are placing more positions. So as you cycle and as you're opening more positions, and they get to that point where they got to put a Flowbee in, we're giving back to the program. So we are helping. All of us are helping, putting Flowbees in, making the positions move, and that is something really, really special. So So please honor your flow bees. Your flow bees are really, really important. So, and then then obviously your fourth one you receive, you stick that in your pocket. Now remember, level 1 and level 2 is not where the abundance lies. This is really to open up everything and to really get you going. Once you have come to level 3, this is when the $100. I mean, that is when you put $400 in your pocket, and when you move up, you don't have to pay anybody above you, which means that you put all 16 400s in your pocket, and that is $6,400, and that's the prize that we're all working for, is to receive that $6,400 minimum on level 4. Now, being on level 4, like I said, the thing is, I mean, the standard, that's the minimum that you can get on level 4. If there are suspended positions below you, you can receive anything from 16 to 32 400s, and that is, like I said, for the people that are going to stay active for longer are going to start experiencing this, and it's really just going to start. Everybody's just going to start receiving abundantly, because people don't really have, some people don't have staying power, and that's always the mistake, because the next shiny little object always, attacks them, and I've built it so that this doesn't, this is not a negative for you, but really a positive, to even um, uh, uh, um, share the Hive STOKVEL or this opportunity with more people. So it really is a big blessing. Um, After you've received your 16, even if you, let's just say you people are suspended below you, when you've received your 16th one, you will cycle and go back. You'll go back to, this is why I said you don't stay at the top. You go all the way back to level 0, and you've got to put your 35 in again, and that position then starts cycling in and goes through for another cycle. But if, let's just say you're still waiting for $100, and maybe your suspension cap has gotten more, and maybe there's more hundreds to be, maybe there's 12 that you're supposed to receive because of suspended positions below you, and maybe you're still waiting for some of those $100 to come in, and there's maybe let's just say 22 that you're supposed to be receiving there, even though you have cycled your, we call them buckets, your every single donation amount, these 16.4 is a bucket, and those buckets stay open. So even though you are on level 0 again, you're still going to receive everything that's coming your way and that you haven't received yet. It doesn't reset. So even though you are going through a level 0 to level 1 and then going to 2 again, you might still be receiving from the previous cycle. And this is where, again, power. This is power, people, because once we start cycling, and we cycle and cycle, this is really going to become, you're going to be receiving more than the standard cap, and that is something that I predict is going to happen. I don't guarantee anything. I'm saying to you, that is how the program is built. And for me, the way that I think and know the program is, the more you stay, the longer we stay active, the more you're going to be receiving, and that is something that I've never seen before. So again, you receive when somebody leaves, you receive their gifts. It's got to go some way. So instead of it going to the top to Queen Bee, we're not doing that. We're giving it to, we're making sure that everybody can get more and more and more abundance. This is an abundance platform. So I hope everybody understands the progression and everything a little bit better now. Sorry about the few mistakes on the slide, but I hope you guys understand that being active in this program really just moves towards more and more abundance as we progress. Let me go to the next slide. Okay. understanding your levels. Just to go through with the different, I know the other slide I was very busy. At level 0, you give your 35, your timer 24 hours starts, confirmation happens within the next 24 hours, you receive 2 or 35, which is 70, and then you upgrade. Then you go to the admin fees, not any of the admin fees, the next step, which is $15, but then you take from that $70, you give, your timer starts 48 hours, and then you give to somebody else. You give that $50 to somebody else, and 24 hours confirmation. And once you have received two 50s, $100, you upgrade again. So remember, you don't wait for all 4, and that's what makes upgrading a lot quicker, because you upgrade sooner. So as soon as you got your 100, you upgrade, and you give that $100 to somebody, to another community member. Your 48 hours starts. They've got 24 hours to, at least the AI got this right on this slide. So the 24 hours confirmation happens, and you receive then on level 3, you then receive 4 times 50, which is sorry, was this 2 times 50 is 100. Yeah, then you give your 100, and then you receive the rest of your 50, which is the 200. Is this a little bit confusing? You give then the 400. That's supposed to be the level 3. Sorry guys, another mistake. That's supposed to be there. So then you give you receive 8 times 100, but remember, you're only going to receive 4. That was supposed to be 100 and 800. Sorry guys, I'm seeing a few little mistakes. That's the joys of working with an AI. It seems to drift and do its own thing every now and again. Okay, so basically you receive 4 times 100, which is $400, which you give to the next level, and then you receive you get 48 hours confirm, and once you confirmed, then you give then you then you once you confirmed, you receive 16. You receive 16. That's what's missing. Sorry guys, I'll fix the slides for the next Zoom. I see that it's put it over here at level 4. You can receive up to 16 times 400, but that's also up to you. So there's quite a few mistakes, guys. I must say, I'm quite embarrassed about that. Sorry about that. But you guys get the gist of the levels, discussing it through the 2 slides. Okay, so let's just see if we got this one right. Okay, so level 0, endless possibilities. Remember, like the thing that I put over there, the stairs. There's no elevator to success. You've got to take the stairs, and here are the stairs. The stairs, level 0, 35. You receive your 70. You pay your 50. You pay you receive your 100 there. You pay the 100 up, and off you go. But that's what we are after. We are after minimum of 6,400 plus the change that we're getting to the top. But that's really what we're after with every single position. Okay, guys, I think enough on the levels. I think you guys have got that now. This slide is extremely important, because a lot of us went from the beginning, when we started with my Hive and our Hive, and it was split. We are now one unified Hive, and that means that the beeline waves positions and the Hive positions run in between one matrix. So in between one Hive. The purple bees are the Hive positions, and the yellow bees are the beeline wave surface. So the hive is team build. So that means you build within your team, below you. You can build down, while the beeline waves positions build wide. They build in between, one after the next. So if there's a position needed over there, and a beeline waves, there's a next eligible beeline waves supposed to happen there, then it goes over there. But you can still build below. you can still build below a beeline waves position. So the Hive really helps beeline waves, and beeline waves helps the Hive, and that is where the power comes in as we journey through this beautiful system. Okay, so now this is something that is that I did discuss with you guys at the start, and this is the Euro B. Okay, so the Euro B is not a position that you can an extra development or position that you can choose within your dashboard. This is something that happens automatically in beeline waves. Now, the way that I've actually written a story about it, a bee leaves the waves and joins and becomes somebody's hero, and that's where the whole thing came from. So wherever a position has won and has already started building a team and struggling to get a second one, a Euro B will, or a beeline waves position will then first that's the first rule, to look if there's any bottlenecks. Now that's a bottleneck. Look for a bottleneck and land there. Instead of landing in between, it will go and get that position unstuck and give it a second one so it can move up. Once it moves up, then the whole line can move. So it's self-healing. So it's basically healing itself. It's making sure that nobody can ever get stuck within the system. Now it works on a 7-day plan, which means if somebody has joined, you get 7 days to put you can put one, and if you haven't put your second one within 7 days, and there's somebody in waiting. I don't know if you guys have seen that you're in waiting because you're waiting for your upline to move. That is when the Euro B sweeps in or swoops in and lands on that right hand side, and then gets that position, pays that $35 up, and that whole line gets unstuck and starts moving forward. And that happens automatically within the system. So it's actually really quite beautiful the way that the whole system moves and the way everything happens. You cannot get stuck in the system, guys. It really is quite, like I said, it's quite powerful. It really, really is powerful, and every little last thing has been thought of. So nobody builds, guys. There's 2 people in the waiting room, Tracy and Wayne.
Yeah, I've got them.
Okay,
They're
I'll
just
just quickly.
struggling to get in.
Okay.
They keep dropping off and keep coming back in again.
Okay. So just to explain to you guys that the Euro B, you cannot activate it anywhere else. It's something that happens to make sure that a line that feels that they're starting to feel stuck, a Euro B will come in there and unstuck the whole lot, and everything starts moving up. So that really is the help that the system needs, so that to make sure that every line moves and there's no position stuck. Okay, so I'm glad the Euro B is here. Okay, so guys, the Flow B, we spoke about the Flow B before. This is just to quickly show you guys the third confirmed level 2 donation on any position, on a beeline waves position. It could be any Busby, anywhere, any position that achieves that third confirmation level 2 or level 2 donation, and then confirms it. As soon as you confirm it, the system will automatically place a B below you. Now, as you guys can see the matrix over there, the matrix is full, and if that is you, and that is the position that has created the Flow B, it will go into your subtree. Now this is what we call a subtree. This is your subtree within the entire matrix. The matrix is huge, and this is your subtree, your team, which means that your Flow B will land within. It will first look top to bottom, left to right, and that is what I mean: top to bottom, and then left to right, and then it will come back here, left to right. There's no position available, left to right, and then there's a position available underneath there, and that is where the Flow B will land. pushing that position up. So you are then blessing this person with a second position below them, because remember, it's a follow me system. Although you are the person that created the flow bee, you are going to be helping this bee move up, and that bee is going to be pushing that bee up, and that bee pushes you. So as soon as positions land at the bottom, they all push each other up, and that is how we work through the levels. So nobody builds alone. You're going to get a lot of people in your upline that's going to put flow bees below you, buzz bees below you, and beeline wave positions below you. And then we've got the Euro bee, that if you are really stuck, a Euro bee is just going to, instead of landing, I mean, if that was a position open, and let's just say this position was stuck, it won't land there. It will become a Euro bee, and it will land there just to get you unstuck, and then the next beeline wave position will land there to push that one up. So whichever position has been stuck for the longest, or been sitting idle for the longest, the Euro bee will come there and start pushing that position. And that is really what we've all been looking for. I mean, if I read my messages and people saying, I struggle to recruit, or I don't want to recruit, or I don't want to do this, or I don't have time, or something. Will I ever move? Yes, you will. Yes, you will. But the thing is, let's not let the few do the work. Let's all do the work. I mean, in a beehive, you don't see one bee idle. They're busy the whole time, and that's how they make honey. And we've got to be exactly the same thing. We've got to do exactly the same thing. And in Ubuntu spirit, you can't rise. I mean, I can't rise if you guys don't help. You can't rise if I don't help. So we help each other. Okay, so the most just important information: timers matter. The reason why there are timers is that nobody can just sit there and receive the. I've seen that so many times where people get the donations in and they do not pay it up, and they just sit there. They just absolutely sit there. So the timers matter. It absolutely matters that you move your position timeously, and if you don't, you get suspended. And that just creates that urgency that we've got to move. So if you're not going to be here and be active, we don't really want you to carry on. We really don't. And I say that with an open heart. I really do want you to, but nobody can force you. The timers are so important that we all move timeously, because we're not here to waste our time. We're here to build. We're here to build, and we're here to help and change lives. So timers are very, very important, and the suspension logic is very, very important. Remember we pay direct member to member. No money gets paid to the platform. It's not an investment. We are here to help one another move forward and change our lives. This is again the same mistake. It's the way that the AI probably understood it. One position, one journey, or maybe no, that's correct. So it's one position, one journey. Every position has its own journey. That's actually correct. So every position has its own journey. If you open another position, that position has its own journey. Every position has its own journey and its own cycles that it will go through. Confirmations matter. Please, guys, if people have clicked donation sent and you get the email, just quickly log in and just check if you've received it. If you haven't received it, you can always reject it, and the person gets another chance to obviously pay. But chat to each other and tell each other in a time before anybody suspends. Just to quickly talk about the suspension, there's soft suspension and there's hard suspension. Now, soft suspension, when you see that little red dot and somebody is soft suspended, you get an email to say that you're soft suspended. It's only a problem. It's not a problem if you're soft suspended. The soft suspension is easy. You just complete the action and automatically you will just unsuspend yourself. But when you have lost a donation, so while you've been soft suspended and somebody below you has gotten an action, it will bypass you. And as soon as a donation bypasses you, you are hard suspended, because that means that you won't have enough money to level up. you are hard suspension, and only admin can unsuspend you, and you will have to then take more money out of your pocket. So make sure that you don't get suspended. Make sure that you don't lose any donations. Make sure that you listen to the timers. I think we get enough time to use the timers to move up, and that also moves things up faster. Because things are happening. Things are happening, and people can't just sit there idle. If they do sit there idle, they'll get suspended, and we'll move past them. Okay, so guys, welcome to the Hive. You're not joining a program, you're joining a family. We're a family, and that's what we're creating, and we're not going to stop building. We're going to start building, and we are going to carry on building for many years to come. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the program. Sorry about the few mistakes in the presentation. I'll get those polished up, but yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work getting everything sorted. Now, just quickly a disclaimer, guys. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm not here telling you guys to invest. I'm not telling you to join. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm telling you guys what the program can do. Remember, it's a management program. No real money gets paid to the platform. The platform does not hold anybody's money. So we all pay it to one another. 100% of the donations go to one another, which is there's no guarantees. There's absolutely no guarantees because community moves the program. So it's up to you, it's up to me, it's up to everybody to move it. So there's no guarantees. If we don't work, we won't move. If we work, we move. And I think the same with bees. If they stop buzzing, no honey will be created. If they buzz, they're going to, and they work, then they create honey. So guys, not financial advice. There's no obligations, absolutely no obligations. You run this program the way that you want to run it, and remember, it's your responsibility. That if you want to if you give somebody $35, it's your responsibility how you use the program. And like I said, the thing is, we all here because we want to be here, not because you've been forced. Okay, so guys, that's the presentation. I must say it's a little bit sticky. I need to work on a few things here and there, but it's yeah, so doing it for the first time is it's not as easy as what it looks. Really, truly, it's not. Tracy, over to you. I hope I explained everything correctly.
It was awesome, Jay. No worries about that. We're all working in this to develop it together. Errors are absolutely fine, and I think everybody understands that. You've done a remarkable job. So yes, we can basically, if anybody's got any questions, if they can just place it in the chat. But I think
Yeah,
you've
guys,
really, really covered it.
thanks, Trace. Wayne, you can stop the recording.